Finding out which bowl will host the 2015 national title game is kind of like finding out who's going to win the Miss America pageant. The runners-up are announced first, as the Rose and Sugar Bowls will host the first national semifinals. I'm Kerry Chow, joined by ESPN.com college football reporter Brett McMurphy. Brett, who's going to host the national title game for the first college football playoffs?
It hasn't officially been determined, but sources told me that Dallas is a prohibitive favorite to host the first championship game under the new playoff format on January 12, 2015. The idea is that under the current BCS system, the BCS championship game has been rotated among the 6 BCS bowls. The Cotton Bowl is not one of those bowl games, but with the new system, they wanted to do something different, something new. Obviously, going to Jerry World and Cowboy Stadium with the ability to host 100,000 fans in the game would make a huge impact for the first game. So Dallas has been the prohibitive favorite ever since they announced they would have this 14 playoff. And with the news that the Rose and Sugar will host the first semifinals, Dallas is a lock to be the first site for the 2015 national title game.
So with the Rose and Sugar Bowls hosting the national semifinals for 4 times under a 12-year deal, who's going to host the national semifinals the rest of the time?
Well, they'll have 6 bowl games that will host the semifinals on a rotating basis. And like you said, it's a 12-year period, so each bowl game will host the semifinals 4 times. Besides the Sugar and the Rose Bowl, the Fiesta, the Orange, the Cotton, and the Chick-fil-A Bowl will also host the semifinals. We know that the Rose and the Sugar will host the semifinals in the same years, so that means the other years that the semifinals will be held, it will be some combination of the Fiesta, Orange, Cotton, or Chick-fil-A, and that first national semifinal will be on January 1st, 2015, the Sugar and the Rose Bowl. And also another note, the Sugar and Rose Bowl, whether it is part of the national semifinals or it is just simply the Sugar or Rose Bowl, will be played on January 1st every single year. So whether they're hosting the national semifinals or not, the game will not move off January 1st. The only 2 exceptions are there are a couple of Sundays during that 12-year period. On those dates, the game will be played on December 31st.
Brett, seems like a lot of progress was made today. What's the next step in making the college football playoffs a reality?
The BCS commissioners met today in Miami. They're meeting again tomorrow in Miami. They've got another meeting in Pasadena in mid-April when they hope to finalize pretty much everything involving the new playoff format. The most critical thing they've got to concentrate on now is the selection committee. Unlike the BCS playoff we have now that they use a coach's poll, computers polls, and different things, this playoff will be chosen strictly by humans. It'll be a selection committee. It's very similar to how they do the NCAA basketball tournament. BCS Executive Director Bill Hancock said between 15 and 18 individuals will be on that committee. They will have at least 1 representative of each of the 10 conferences. Also, the independent schools will be represented. But they've got to figure out exactly how many people they want on this committee, and more importantly, who is going to be on the committee, because this is going to be, dissected and analyzed a lot more than the NCAA basketball tournament, because it's, as you know, it's going to be a lot different when you leave out team 66 or 67 in the NCAA basketball tournament compared to if you leave out team that's ranked 5th or 6th in this first college football playoff. So they've got to come to an agreement on how they're going to do the selection committee and exactly how they will make their rankings or come up with their determination on which teams they will select.
Certainly going to be highly scrutinized, and pardon the cliche, but the clock is ticking. That's ESPN.com college football reporter Brett McMurphy. And for the latest on this story and more, keep it right here on ESPN.com. I'm Kerry Chow with your latest ESPN headline.